Now, I want to talk about a DVD recorder of mine, which is this one. Now, you saw it in my video where I showed you how I make some of my videos, basically, what I use. But I want to talk about the DVD recorder itself. I was asked to do this by a friend, so I'm going to do it. This DVD recorder I've had since 2004. Exactly October 2004. Yeah. I bought it at a Walmart in Kansas. Now, the product is, the product that, or the people that released this is actually iLo Electronics. Now I know the subdivision of a major electronics company. I don't know who. Now though, when I bought this, I bought it for about $99, about $100 altogether. Not a bad price. Now I know you're thinking, well, the less you spend, sometimes the less reliable, or the more you spend, the less reliable. You kind of get the idea of what I'm saying. Like the less reliable it is if you spend a little less, or the more reliable it is if you spend less, and less reliable, more spend, whatever. And this model is actually, I don't know if you could read that, is actually a DVD-R04. In other words, it's a 2004 edition. Now I know they got other editions like 05 along with a hard drive and all that, but still, this was all I could afford at the time because here's a little history lesson. When my first 3 DVD recorders were Apexes, and of course I paid the same price for them as I paid for this. The Apex, the first one I had, the Apex recorder, the first one I had, lasted me a week. The second one lasted me about a few months. About four months. Then the third one I got lasted me for about a year. And then that's when I decided, well, I can't return the DVD recorder because even though I still had the receipt, the expiration time to return it had died. Or was expendable. But you get the idea. The 90 days was already up. Anyway, I decided I still wanted a DVD recorder, and I had it, currently working and everything at the time. I decided to go buy one. And I saw this. And I'd heard some good things about it before I bought it, I saw that, it basically had a lot of these recorders were actually selling very well, so I figured it must be good. So I bought it. Now, it does come with a controller, as you know, which is right here. I know it's a little messed up, but what are you going to do? The one thing I liked about it is it allowed me to record many of my favorite shows, wrestling, cartoons, movies, and all that throughout the past 4 to 5 years now, almost 5 years with this thing. But lately, over the past year or so, if not more, but past year or so, it's kind of messed up a little bit. Well, what I'm saying is that sometimes I have to use a DVD cleaner now, or, back then and even now I should say, I used to have to use one of them, I'll still do, to clean it out. Now lately, it'll take something like this, right here, and instead of reading it as a DVD plus R that you can see right there, and this is one of the most reliable kind, Sony, instead, it'll read a disc like this. It'll take long, sometimes loading up, but it'll read it as a DVD plus RW. Then when you try to record and finalize, it doesn't work. So basically what you have to do is clean it about 4 or 5 times with a cleaner, depending on if you got some solution with that DVD cleaner or not. Now, when it does work, it works very well, but it all depends on what kind of disc you have. Sometimes the disc, whether it's an RW plus RW or plus R, sometimes it doesn't really, sometimes it'll stop right after you record a certain program. For example, earlier today I tried to record something on one of these, and it looked like it was working until I pressed stop, and when I tried to play it, it just stayed at stop. So basically the disc got ruined. Overall, it just depends on I think on the disc and on the system itself. Sometimes you have to blow into the system to get it clean. You get for some of you that have this, you probably have the idea of what I'm talking about. And with the plus RWs, it does work a little better because when it does the stopping thing and you have to unpower the DVD recorder and power it back in, they work fine. But, you know, overall, it's basically you got to keep this thing clean once in a while, every now and then. But it is a very good recorder. It's very reliable. I know some people have said, you know, other things about it, like, you know, why do you even, you know, like it's not dependable and all that, but it actually is dependable. It all depends on what kind of model you get and, you know, how well you take care of it. Well, that's all I have to say about my DVD recorder that I got 4 to 5 years ago. Hope you enjoyed my little look at it and review. You got any comments? Sorry about that quick zoom there, but if you got any comments on it, just let me know. And thank you for watching, and take care.